Good afternoon. The purpose of this video is for you to be able to state the basic properties of metals, nonmetals, and metalloids. First, just want to go over where they are. The metals are on the left side of the periodic table, the nonmetals are on the right, and then the metalloids are sometimes referred to as the semi-metals are right along this stair-step line. There's one exception, and that's aluminum. Aluminum is considered a metal, right? And I want to go through their properties, and we're going to start with the largest portion of our wonderful elements being the metals. We're going to start with them, right? One beautiful property of a metal is that I can take it with like a hammer or something else, and I can, my timing was not off, I can make it into thin sheets, all right? Aluminum, it's incredible. Can be pounded into really thin sheets, and that's called malleability, the ability to be pounded into sheets. Most metals are malleable. To different degrees they are so, but metals are considered malleable. Another property of metals is that if you can see that fine sheet, fine thing there, that fine wire, it's a property of being ductile. It can be stretched into really, really thin pieces. Another example is a paperclip. Paperclip is aluminum. All right, aluminum can also be stretched really thinly. All right, now another thing about metals that makes them very cool is that they're highly conductive. They can conduct heat really well, and they can conduct electricity really well. That's why I take the taser, it's not really a taser, a Tesla coil, and I zap it. I'm gonna get a shock if I plug it in and I touch it to the metal. It's gonna go right through the metal, right into me, and it's gonna hurt a lot. Metals are conductors, all right? Metals also have the ability of, it's a luster, shiny. You can see it's catching the light, like right there, you can see it. Another metal, all right, shining off the light. It's called the luster. Light shines off it and bounces off very well. In general, metals are solids and they are very strong. They have high boiling points and they can resist. They're strong. You can whack them and then they're not gonna get hurt. All right. Now, the other ones, the nonmetals, we're gonna talk about them next because they're like, excuse me, they are the opposites of metals. When you think about what they are, most of them are gases. They're what's between me and this camera. They're transparent and they're gases. There are a few solids, but those solids that do exist are really weak. They're brittle. When you whack them, it's going to shatter. Whoa. It's carbon and sulfur that are the two. Carbon and sulfur. No, I didn't point to carbon. That's carbon and that's sulfur. Those are the two solids that are nonmetals, but they are solids, but they're not like a metal in their strength. If you whack them with a hammer, they're brittle. They're not shiny. Copper, like coal, and it's not shiny. Sulfur isn't shiny. The yellow substance that it is, it's not shiny. They're not conductors. That's why, now wood isn't really an element, so I'm kind of cheating a little bit, but that's why if I put wood, it's not going to conduct because this is mainly a non-metallic stuff. I kind of cheated a little bit there, but it's why also when this thing is going, I can put my finger not kind of far away from it or close and it's not going to jump. But if I connect those two spaces with a metal, I'm going to feel it because it's going to go right through. The nonmetals in the air are not conductive, and nonmetals are not ductile or not malleable. They don't have those abilities or properties. Now, semimetals, and the semimetals are the ones here connected to the stair-step line on the periodic table. All right. They share properties of both. They may be a little shiny. They may be uh, somewhat malleable or somewhat ductile, but they're not nearly as to the degree that metals are. They're generally solids, all right? And they're one with the conductivity piece. They're semiconductors, and our phones that we have lots of silicon in them, and that allows silicon or computers basically to send signals back and forth because it's a semiconductor, and control the signal that feeds in our phone and allow our phones to like be really cool. So just to reiterate, metals properties, they're ductile, malleable, really strong, really good conductors of heat, are shiny and solids and have high boiling points. And nonmetals are like the opposites. There are a couple solids, but those solids that do exist are really brittle. They're not really strong. They're not ductile. They're insulators. They don't conduct very well. And metalloids are in between. They're like semiconductors. They have properties of both metals and nonmetals. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.